In a previous video, I showed you how to calibrate the top end of your throttle curve using BLHeli and CleanFlight or Betaflight. But what is the effect that that's had, if anything? Let's find out. The first thing I did was I went to black box and I tried to look at the black box logs and see if I could find something to point at to show you a change in the copter's behavior. And to tell you the truth, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't see a difference that I could really feel confident pointing to. So I went to my old standby New Hertz Spectra to do some Fourier analysis. And hold on, don't stop the video. I'm not going to walk you through all the steps like I've done on some previous videos. You can go back to the previous videos and find where I've done that if you're so inclined, which you probably aren't. But I'm just going to show you the results here. And the result is that between the before and the after, the peak noise was significantly reduced. I want you to notice that the before has a peak right here around perhaps 20 hertz-ish, maybe 15, and that peak is around 80. And also there is a really big peak of low frequency noise up to 144. I'm not sure if that's some kind of an anomaly or not. The after, this peak around 20 hertz is only in the range of about the low 50s versus the low 80s for the before. So we see here that there is a reduction in the peak noise, the peak vibration or oscillation, after we've done the throttle calibration. And we could interpret that as a reduction of the oscillation that occurs when the PID loop is sliding through that deadband in the motor output. Let me be clear to you what you're seeing here, because I think it's actually really interesting. What I did to generate these charts was I took the copter out and I flew around at full throttle for a while. Full throttle punch out, full throttle run across the field, even some full throttle sort of swooshy turns and spins and stuff. And then I took the black box data and I extracted only the samples where the throttle stick was all the way up. So you're not seeing the general big picture gyro data reflected here. You're seeing only the gyro data for the times when the throttle stick was full. And that's, of course, when the change to the top end throttle calibration is going to be most relevant. So we've really homed in here on the data that's relevant. And it's really clear that this calibration has had a positive effect. It hasn't completely eliminated the oscillation, though. And so, maybe there's still some more tuning to do before we get a copter that flies absolutely perfect. But in case you were wondering whether this was all just some theoretical, hypothetical nonsense or whether it actually had an effect, the answer is that it does have an effect. And there you go. Well, hope that was interesting. Hope it was helpful. And as always, happy flying.